afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Live at 4 on this Thursday. Susan is at home this evening, and it is Thursday, means Zorba Pastor will be along later on.
That's right. We'll be taking your phone calls today as well, so Mark and I will let you know when it's time to call in.
But first, here's what's making news on this Thursday. State health officials are rolling out a new app they hope will help with contact tracing.
The Supreme Court hears arguments to determine if Governor Tony Evers has the right to declare a public health emergency without the state legislature.
And lawmakers in Washington say they are close to a stimulus deal. But first, for the first time in 2 months, contact tracers in Dane County feel they're finally able to catch up. Dane County's health department is moving out of its crisis model for handling those contacts.
This follows a steady decline in new cases. Our Adam Duxter is live downtown with what that means for you. Adam?
Well, we first told you last Thursday that we weren't seeing the post-Thanksgiving coronavirus surge that many had predicted. And since then, we've continued to see new cases continue to fall. And while Dane County still is in high levels of activity, the drop does allow public health leaders to do their jobs a little bit more effectively. And 7-day averages for coronavirus have dropped from 250 new cases last week to 178 this week. And hospitalizations in Dane County are also falling. Public Health Madison Dane County Director Janelle Heinrich said today, while things are moving in the right direction, we're not out of the woods quite yet.
This year has been a challenging one, but there's hope on the horizon. Things are looking better for Dane County and much of Wisconsin right now, in that the burden of COVID has been declining for a number of weeks, but we are still experiencing a significant health crisis.
Dane County is exiting the crisis mode it started in late October, meaning they'll be able to contact all the people who tested positive, as well as all of the people those positive cases have come in contact with within just days of the test being conducted. And coming up tonight on News 3 Now at 6, we'll take a look at what this means for rolling out vaccines, as well as reopening portions of the state.
Adam Duxter reporting live for his downtown Madison. Adam, thank you. 51 more people have died from COVID-19 in Wisconsin. That brings the state's total to more than 4,300 deaths. More than 3,300 people tested positive in the state during the last few days, bringing the state's lifetime case total to more than 448,000.
An FDA advisory panel is meeting today to review Moderna's coronavirus vaccine. Moderna's coronavirus vaccine is on the verge of being approved for emergency use in the U.S., the second vaccine designed to fight the virus. Officials with the drug maker made their case virtually today before an FDA panel examining the vaccine's safety and efficacy.
The vaccine efficacy rate for symptomatic COVID-19 infection was 94.1%. We also observed a dramatic reduction in severe cases.
And breaking right now, the vaccine has just been approved, just as I was reading that story. The meeting comes after 2 health workers in Alaska came down with allergic reactions to Pfizer's coronavirus vaccine. Moderna says 2 allergic reactions during its trials were not related to the shot, and that unlike Pfizer's, its vaccine would not require ultra-cold freezers for storage. In New York City, elective surgeries are suspended at public hospitals so facilities can deal with a surge in cases there. And in Texas, a resident in Austin planted thousands of flags on his lawn, a grim reminder of each person who has lost their lives to COVID-19 in that state.
Well, this year has been difficult for all of us, especially the frontline workers. So we want to thank them. Tonight, only on News 3 Now, Madison Magazine highlights top nurses in our community. This year, they're recognizing 7 area nurses who are going above and beyond to provide exceptional care during the COVID-19 pandemic. We'll introduce you to these heroes coming up tonight at 6:30, right after News 3 Now at 6. Well, Congress appears to be on the verge of passing a new pandemic relief measure, but there are more troubling signs about COVID-19's effect on the economy.
Michael George reports from Wilmington, Delaware.
Lawmakers on Capitol Hill are said to be nearing an agreement on a new coronavirus relief bill.
We have a responsibility to get this right. People's lives depend upon it.
It's been 5 months since Congress passed the last COVID spending package. Now they're under pressure to get something done soon.
I don't have nothing. I don't have a job. I don't have nothing. I have 5 kids.
Hundreds of people lined up in Miami just for a chance to receive a free supermarket gift card. Last week, some 885,000 Americans filed new unemployment claims. That number rising for the second straight week to a level not seen since September.
The American people wait for more emergency assistance ought to be over.
The Senate bill includes a $300 weekly federal unemployment benefit for 4 months. The roughly $908 billion measure would put money in most Americans' pockets in the form of a stimulus check of up to $700. The bill also contains rental assistance, food assistance, money for schools and vaccine distribution, and $300 billion in aid for small businesses. Here in Wilmington, Delaware, President-elect Biden said he's encouraged by what he's hearing about the bill. In the meantime, the incoming administration continues to take shape. CBS News has learned that Biden plans to nominate Michael Regan to lead the Environmental Protection Agency. The 44-year-old has been North Carolina's top environmental official since 2017. If confirmed, Regan will become the first black man to run the EPA. Michael George, CBS News, Wilmington, Delaware.
And President-elect Biden says that he is planning to publicly receive a coronavirus vaccine, perhaps as soon as next week.
Well, millions of people in the Northeast are dealing with a deadly snowstorm.
It's already dumped almost 4 feet of snow near Birmingham, New York. One person died in this weather-related crash on Interstate 81 in Virginia. And in Pennsylvania, a man was hit and killed at an intersection by a public works plow truck. In Maryland, airline passengers had a scare when their jet slid off the taxiway after landing. Spirit Airlines says no one was injured. The nasty weather has forced at least 8 states to temporarily shut down coronavirus testing sites.
COVID-19 has impacted crew availability for the state and for some cities and towns.
But when it comes to vaccine delivery, government officials and major delivery companies say the vaccine is their top priority and that deliveries will continue as long as roads and airports are open. In contrast, take a look around here. It's quiet as can be. Ice forming at Tenney Park. Don't go on it yet, though. I'm not sure it's safe. Pretty quiet around here. Dana's at home today with a look if this quiet weather will continue.
We're just switching things up a little bit. Yes, things overall staying fairly quiet for us. We have a live look at downtown Platteville with the snow on the ground and sunset right around the corner. Overall, a pretty quiet day, but very December-y outside. These temperatures near 30 degrees right now. And compared to this time yesterday, it's really in a similar spot. We haven't warmed up or cooled down too much, and we aren't expecting too much of a change as we look ahead through the next few days. There is a calm breeze. Wind speeds generally just light and variable overnight. So if you are trying to do any just walking around with the dog to enjoy the snow views or the Christmas lights out and about, everything's in a pretty good spot for us this evening. Radar's also nice and quiet. Now we may see a few opportunities for some light flurries before we get to Christmas Day. We'll break that down in just a second. For tomorrow, variably cloudy with high temperatures in the mid-30s. Do want to take a quick look at how the roads are doing right now. Again, much of the area, the roads and sidewalks cleaned up, but still there are some intersections that have a little bit of buildup around the corners, so something to be mindful of on the roadways. The Beltline's good for east and westbound, and as we look closer to downtown Janesville, we aren't seeing any delays at this time. There are a few flurry chances before we get to Christmas Day. We may see a little bit of a nice white covering before we get into Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, but we'll take a closer look at your full 10-day in just a few minutes.
All right, Dana, we'll see you then. Thank you. Justices on the Wisconsin Supreme Court are weighing whether the State Department of Health Services can order capacity restrictions on businesses, something the DHS Secretary has shown interest in doing again. It depends on this ruling. In this case, though, the Tavern League wants the court to apply the same logic as the ruling that tossed the Safer at Home order in May, but liberal justices thought there may be room in that decision to allow for indoor gathering restrictions. Justice Hagedorn, who sided against the majority in the Safer at Home ruling, suggested it would serve as a precedent in this case.
We have a decision of this court that directly addresses the same fact scenario, and we to turn on that now would be to undercut many of the principles that we've laid out in the way we conduct ourselves as an institution.
This case is in a way moot since the order has expired, but according to the DOJ's filing in this case, the DHS Secretary-designee wants to issue another indoor gathering limit, but she wants to see what the law will allow first. There's no timeline for when we'll see a ruling.
A pandemic isn't stopping holiday cheer from finding its way inside one senior living center.
It's a little normalcy that we bring to residents because they can't see their families. They only do virtual visits now on our Facebook portal, FaceTime, window visits, but just having that connection with the kids singing.
In a normal year, the residents of Wickshire Senior Living would be visited by high school and elementary kids performing holiday tunes. Well, this year, they're asking for people to record videos of their families singing or dancing to share with the residents. You can post the videos to their Facebook page.
What a great idea.
It is a great idea.
Well, still to come at 4, the last time Saturn and Jupiter were this close in the night sky was March 4th, 1226.
How about that? It's being called the Christmas star. And next Monday, they'll be so close, they'll look like a double planet. We'll tell you everything you need to know about the Christmas star when Live at 4 continues.
You're watching News 3 Now, live at 4.
Looking for a sofa? Looking for a chair? You haven't shopped furniture in Madison until you've shopped Dwellings, Madison's best-kept secret for design and furniture. Shop our fabulous new showroom, Hard Rock Road, Fitchburg.
Wild thing.
You know what I think? I think you owe us $48.50. Wild thing.
If you ride, you get it. Geico Motorcycle. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
Carrier has a complete line of home heating products to keep your family comfortable this winter without burning your budget. With smart temperature management and remote access options, it's easier than ever to control your home's climate. And Carrier energy-efficient systems can help reduce utility bills without sacrificing comfort. For more complete comfort and greater peace of mind, turn to your Carrier expert.
Harker Heating and Cooling.
My psoriatic arthritis pain, I had enough. It's not getting in my way.
Joint pain, swelling, tenderness, much better.
My psoriasis, clearer. Cosentyx works on all of this.
4 years and counting.
So watch out.
I got this.
Watch me.
Real people with active psoriatic arthritis look and feel better with Cosentyx. Cosentyx works fast for results that can last. It treats the multiple symptoms of psoriatic arthritis, like joint pain and tenderness, back pain, and helps stop further joint damage. Don't use if you're allergic to Cosentyx. Before starting, get checked for tuberculosis. An increased risk of infections and lowered ability to fight them may occur. Tell your doctor about an infection or symptoms. If your inflammatory bowel disease symptoms develop or worsen, or if you've had a vaccine or plan to, serious allergic reactions may occur.
I just look and feel better.
I got real relief with Cosentyx.
Watch me.
Feel real relief. Ask your rheumatologist about Cosentyx.
Do you have dry, cracked hands from constant washing, cold weather, and hard work? Try O'Keefe's Working Hands. It's America's #1 selling hand cream for guaranteed relief for extremely dry, cracked hands. Also available in O'Keefe's Lip Repair. Guaranteed relief for extremely dry, cracked lips.
Bring home IHOP's Holiday Family Feast or fall in love with seasonal pancakes like new milk and cookies. Come in or get a $0 delivery fee with Uber Eats from IHOP.
Looking for a sofa? Looking for a chair? You haven't shopped furniture in Madison until you've shopped Dwellings, Madison's best-kept secret for design and furniture. Shop our fabulous new showroom, Hard Rock Road, Fitchburg.
In a holiday season like no other, Christmas trees are taking on some new mementos of 2020.
Yeah, this year even decking the halls looks a little different. Pandemic-themed Christmas tree ornaments are among the season's most popular buys. Kelly Barris's Novelty Goods Warehouse is in overdrive as her Texas team works on 35,000 now sold out pandemic ornaments.
It's a family with face masks, and then we've got 2020 right here. And so this is, I guess, representative of the COVID virus, toilet paper, and then hand sanitizer. OrnamentShop.com co-owner Wayne Dulesky says he's never seen a concentrated demand like this before. The Ohio-based retailer has about 6,000 personalized ornaments to choose from, and a quarter of his sales in recent weeks have been pandemic-related. Ornament vendors say hopefully these tokens will be something people look back on in better times. On Wall Street, traders hold out for hope of a stimulus, and that sets records across the board. The Dow Industrials added 148 points, closing at 30,303. The NASDAQ added 106, and the S&P 500 was up 21 again. All record high closes. Well, something very rare and something very special is happening in the night sky this month.
A spectacle known as the Christmas star will appear on the winter solstice on December 21st. Dixie Burns is a professor of astronomy at Madison College, and she is our go-to expert on all celestial events. Dixie, good to see you. Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Thank you. It's good to see you too.
Yeah, nice to see you. So this is not really a star at all. This is a conjunction of planets. So what does that mean?
Yeah, it's a conjunction of Jupiter and Saturn, and conjunction just means two celestial objects are kind of near each other in the sky, coming together. We call this one a great conjunction because it's the two largest planets.
And this happens about once every 800 years?
Well, not quite. Jupiter has an orbit of about 12 years, a little bit less. Saturn has an orbit about every 30 years. And so about every 20 years, Jupiter and Saturn will be near each other in the sky.
But not this close.
What's special about this one is that they're really close. They're about 1/10 of a degree apart on the 21st. For us, that means like 1/5 the full moon's diameter. And the last time they've been that close was in 1623.
Wow.
That's when Galileo was working with his telescope. But unfortunately, it was in the glare.
That's incredible to think about. Wow. So what is the best way to see it?
Well, the best way to see it, the last time it was visible to us was about 800 years ago at 1226. Since it's visible this time, go out after sunset. And you want to look kind of low in the west, southwest. Jupiter will appear as the brightest star-like object, and Saturn will be a golden glow, a little bit dimmer, right next to it.
So you can see it with the naked eye. You don't need a telescope or anything?
Definitely can see it with the naked eye. They may look really close together or touching each other depending upon your vision. If you have binoculars or a telescope, you'll separate them into separate objects. But look quickly after sunset. You know, by 6:30, this is not going to be visible. It sets at 6:42 p.m. So I would say an hour after sunset is probably best.
So you have to seize the day or you'll miss it.
You will. If you miss the closest, you know, these days leading up to it and the days right after should be worth looking at as well.
So I mean, nothing's going to happen. This is just a visual phenomenon.
This is just a visual phenomenon that we happen to see because Jupiter is overtaking Saturn from our viewpoint.
We'll have to go and take a look. It's, you know, you don't have to be out at 3 in the morning. That's nice, just an hour after sunset.
It is. And if you miss it this time, the next time you'll be able to see it is in March of 2080. So
2080.
Definitely get a look this time.
I don't think I'll be around for that one. Dixie, good to see you again. Happy holidays.
All right, you as well.
Good star watching.
Happy holidays, Dixie. Thanks so much.
All right, take care.
There's more to come at 4. As you know, local restaurants are hurting financially.
But you can help them survive the winter. We'll tell you how coming up after Dana's First Warn forecast.
Keep your holidays in sync with free pickup on all your fresh favorites from Pick and Save. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
Well, U.S. Cellular is giving away the latest phones for free with no hidden requirements, so I did not want to miss it.
Actually, you can get the latest phones free all season long.
What? All season long, huh?
Yep, and no hidden requirements.
You in the market for any camping gear? Only been used once.
At U.S. Cellular, get the latest phones free with the plan of your choice and no required phone trade-ins all season long. U.S. Cellular. Upgrade to fair.
We are the Thrivers, women with metastatic breast cancer. Our time for more time has come. Living longer is possible and proven in postmenopausal women taking Kisqali plus fulvestrant. In a clinical trial, Kisqali plus fulvestrant helped women live longer with HR-positive, HER2-negative metastatic breast cancer, and it significantly delayed disease progression. Kisqali can cause lung problems or an abnormal heartbeat, which can lead to death. It can cause serious skin reactions, liver problems, and low white blood cell counts that may result in severe infections. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including breathing problems, cough, chest pain, a change in your heartbeat, dizziness, yellowing of the skin or eyes, dark urine, tiredness, loss of appetite, abdomen pain, bleeding, bruising, fever, chills, or other symptoms of an infection, a severe or worsening rash, are or plan to become pregnant or breastfeeding. Avoid grapefruit during treatment. Ask your doctor about living longer with Kisqali.
These are real people, not actors, who've got their eczema under control. With less eczema, you can show more skin. So roll up those sleeves and help heal your skin from within with Dupixent. Dupixent is the first treatment of its kind that continuously treats moderate to severe eczema or atopic dermatitis, even between flare-ups. Dupixent is a biologic and not a cream or steroid. Many people taking Dupixent saw clear or almost clear skin and had significantly less itch. Don't use if you're allergic to Dupixent. Serious allergic reactions can occur, including anaphylaxis, which is severe. Tell your doctor about new or worsening eye problems, such as eye pain or vision changes, or a parasitic infection. If you take asthma medicines, don't change or stop them without talking to your doctor. So help heal your skin from within and talk to your eczema specialist about Dupixent. If your financial situation has changed, we may be able to help.
This holiday season, use the Pick and Save app to get personalized coupons, weekly deals, and rewards like fuel points. So you can save big on exactly what you want, no matter who you are. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
Take a look at this. Baby Jesus emerges from the waters surrounded by a floating Joseph and Mary under the sunrise in a lagoon in Venice, Italy. It's a nativity scene like no other, bringing the magic of Christmas to the famous lagoon city with its stunning silhouette as a backdrop. The 60 painted plywood nativity shapes were fixed by wooden stakes into the lagoon, and for a couple of hours each day, the feet of the statues are exactly level with the water. Luckily, high tide is not expected anytime soon, so Jesus and his family can remain in peace. That is very cool. All right, Dana, we're hoping for a Penny sighting here.
Yeah, we want to see Penny, Dana.
We're hoping for it. I need Penny. They just returned from a walkie, and so she should be appearing at any moment. I would actually, if I come back, I'll get some treats to see if I can get her over here. She's a big fan of the snow. I know some people kind of back and forth. It was a lot coming through, not so much fun to get things cleaned up, but now it just looks nice outside, and we're expecting the seasonably cold temperature to stay through the weekend into next week, and maybe one more chance for some snow before we get to Christmas Day. But I'll take a look at your full 10-day right after the break.
Where can a healthier heart lead you? For people with heart failure taking Entresto, it may lead to a world of possibilities. Entresto helps people stay alive and out of the hospital. Don't take Entresto if pregnant. It can cause harm or death to an unborn baby. Don't take Entresto with an ACE inhibitor or aliskiren, or if you've had angioedema with an ACE or ARB. The most serious side effects are angioedema, low blood pressure, kidney problems, or high blood potassium. Ask your doctor about Entresto.
Do you take daily prescription pain medications, but they don't help enough? Do you want more options to better manage chronic pain? University of Wisconsin-Madison STAMP Study offers free, safe, therapeutic programs to address chronic pain. The programs occur once a week for 8 weeks and pays up to $340. Call 608-212-6902 today. Again, that's 608-212-6902.
The holidays are
to your friends,
your family,
to your teachers.
In that spirit of giving,
Chevy's proud to give our employee discount to everyone.
The Chevy price you pay
is what we pay.
Not a cent more.
Because giving and giving back is what the holidays are all about.
Use the Chevy employee discount for everyone to get a total value of over $8,400 on this Silverado.
Get the Chevy employee discount for everyone today.
My body is truly powerful.
I have the power to lower my A1C.
Because my body can still make its own insulin.
And Trulicity activates my body to release it.
Lowering my blood sugar from the first dose. Once weekly Trulicity responds when my body needs it 24/7. Trulicity is for type 2 diabetes. It's not insulin.
It isn't for people with type 1 diabetes. Don't take Trulicity if you're allergic to it. You or your family have medullary thyroid cancer or have multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome type 2. Stop Trulicity and call your doctor right away if you have an allergic reaction, a lump or swelling in your neck, severe stomach pain, changes in vision, or diabetic retinopathy. Serious side effects may include pancreatitis. Taking Trulicity with sulfonylurea or insulin raises low blood sugar risk. Side effects include indigestion, fatigue, belly pain, decreased appetite, nausea, diarrhea, and vomiting, which can lead to dehydration and may worsen kidney problems.
I have it within me to lower my A1C.
Ask your doctor about Trulicity.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Well, it certainly is chilly outside. Seasonably cold temperatures as we look ahead through the next several days. We've been sitting pretty close to average, and while by the end of the weekend we might be a little bit above average, it's certainly not a big swing up. Friday and Saturday night, there is going to be the chance for some flurries and maybe one more opportunity for some measurable snowfall before we get to Christmas Day. Right now, though, radar is nice and quiet. We don't have anything new moving in for us overnight or for much of the day on Friday. The daytime should be dry. It's really as we look ahead to Friday night and into Saturday that we start to see that opportunity for some flurries to creep in. So as we break down your future track a little bit, temperatures falling through the 20s overnight and getting into early Friday morning with a few clouds in the sky. It'll be chilly outside early in the day. And then in the afternoon, high temperatures will be in the low 30s. So at that point, again, not really concerned about any sort of snow melting away. Flurry chances overnight Friday into Saturday, where temperatures will again be dropping down for us for overnight lows. And then by Saturday afternoon, there is that small chance for some flurries, as you can see, passing through with high temperatures generally still holding on to the mid-30s. So still quite seasonable outside for us for Saturday. Looking ahead through the weekend and next week, I do want to take a quick look at what we're expecting for Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, because folks, of course, need to know what we're going to look at for Thursday and Friday. Much of the snow chance for Christmas Eve seems likely to stay well off to the east towards Michigan. Seems like we'll have some cloud coverage hanging around during the day, Christmas Eve, and then as we head into Christmas Day, a little more clearing. Variably cloudy skies expected for Friday, but in general, it should be a dry day outside with that breeze coming in from the west-northwest throughout the day and into the evening. So if you need to send the kids outside to maybe try out a new Christmas toy or just get a little bit of a break, should be fine to do so for Christmas Eve. Looking at that temperature outlook, 6 to 10 days out pushes us through Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. Not swinging really in one direction or the other in our 6 to 10 day outlook, but as we look at our 8 to 14 day outlook, it's becoming quite likely that our temperature trend will be above average looking towards the end of the month. As far as precipitation, likely will be trending below average because, as I mentioned, we might see some flurries, a small chance for a little light snow to pass through for us looking ahead to next week, but in general, an overall dry trend expected. We're not seeing a lot of opportunities for any snowfall, even in that extended forecast. Tomorrow, variably cloudy and breezy, not quite as cold outside. Temperatures will be in the mid-30s for afternoon highs, about 36 for us in Madison. As we look ahead through the weekend, again, some flurry chances for us into Saturday morning. Otherwise, we're expecting temperatures trending above average for the start of the week, and then by Christmas, It's a little colder outside, but it will be dry outside for Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. Now I have to go find Penny. I've been told a penny site will be allowed during traffic, so I can make that happen in just a few minutes.
All right, we'll see you then. Thank you, Dave. Looking forward to that. Madison, restaurants are asking for your help.
They've given back to our community over the years, and now they're asking all of us to mirror that same giving spirit. Our Leah Lynchide asked them to show us how badly it's needed.
I have a question for all of you at this point. By show of hands, how many of you are worried about having to shut down? So that's everyone, every single person on this phone call. We have Dave from Liliana's here. I want to ask you, you have personally done so much for this community yourself. What are you asking from your community now?
To help us. You know, I think one of the things that's so tough for me is I see all the shares and likes and posts and all the like, yes, we love and support our local restaurant scene, but then I see those same people doing drive-thrus at big corporate chains, and I see them, you know, filling up their mailboxes with ordering on Amazon and whatnot. And I guess my ask would be is, you know, help us so we can help you later. You know, I know when I look at all the faces on here, I'm not the only one that gives back, man. Every single face on here is donating to galas and nonprofits and charities, and we're always the people who say yes. You know, you try and go to a big corporate store and they're going to tell you, oh, email corporate and we'll get back to you. And we're the ones helping sustain the community the rest of the year. So I guess all I'm asking for is, like, now maybe if you can help support all of us. You know, we're all in this together, and I've always been so proud to be a part of this entire chef community and, you know, all the wonderful restaurants we have, and I don't want to lose any of them. I mean, all you guys are my friends. I love all you guys.
All of these restaurants have done something to give back to the community. Tori Miller, you're another name we cover quite a bit, another person who always says yes to his community. How are you holding up right now?
I mean, not that great. I think it's one of those things where a lot of us are in the same boat. We are all doing the same things. No one has any real direction. This is, you know, something we've never had to face before. So we had about 200 people that worked for us, and we've had to lay off everybody except for about 15 of them. Now it's at a point where, you know, a lot of restaurants in our community are doing GoFundMes and, you know, help support any way you can. And we're talking about trying to make like $1,000 a day, you know, and I'm like the only cook. And it's one of those things where, like, I can't stress it enough that we haven't had any leadership or any guidance from or direction. And everyone's out there basically chasing each other. And now it's at a point where, you know, what you can do is you can buy gift cards. You can give everyone gift cards and don't use them. Use them next year when we're all back working. And I think like that would be great. Give those as gifts and presents. And, you know, it's one of those things where it's really scary to see us all out here in one shot. But this is just one community in America. And when you think about the millions of jobs that are going to be lost because restaurants are going to be closing, and the millions of jobs that have already been lost, and we haven't got any stimulus. We got one check in the mail, sort of. And it's just not enough, and the government knows it, and it's just a ridiculous situation. Sorry, I'm at a point now where I've gone from like scared to depressed to just plain pissed off.
Of a three-part conversation with some of Madison's most well-known chefs. Tomorrow, we'll hear from Francesca Hong, both a business owner and now a newly elected representative in the state assembly.
She'll talk about what we need from government leaders to help her and her colleagues stay afloat. And we're continuing to highlight how you can help support your favorite local spots this holiday season. Every day, we're spotlighting some of our favorite spots that you can help save. Today, it's Cooper's Tavern. They're still open for dine-in, but you can get takeout or call for no-contact delivery as well.
Their website is up on your screen, but you can find all of this information along with a list of other restaurants that could use your help on channel3000.com.
Do what you can, and we'll be right back.
You love your business. Every day, you coddle it, pamper it. Maybe the growing pains were hard, but you put everything into it, nurtured it, and fed it so it would grow. It's only natural that you'd want to protect it with the right insurance. Pamper your business with a policy from Westband and wrap it in the cozy warmth of the silver lining.
There's always a way to make joy America, so it's time to get to it.
And with the Ford Built for the Holidays sales event, we're here to help. We're giving you the best deals of the season on the adventure-ready Ford Ranger and the Built Ford Tough Ford F-150 to help you make some extra joy this year. Because this season will be as bright as ever. Ford, built for the holidays. Get F-150 with $95.22 in total savings, plus 1,000 trade assist during the final days of the Built for the Holidays sales event. Ladies, check it out.
So strong, so not ripped.
What are we talking about?
That's the Hefty Ultra Strong bag.
Hefty, hefty, hefty.
Give me the bag.
Get Hefty Ultra Strong at a low price.
I got your back, you got mine. Think about you all the time. Together we can come through. That's what love's made of. A little taste of home is worth sharing.
Outlets at the Dells, an attraction not to be missed. With over 60 of the world's biggest brands, we thrill family gift givers, trendsetters, and all who love a smokin' hot discount. We're all about the deal, the joy of finding the ultimate stocking stuffer, the perfect bag for the fashionista on your list, the holiday outfit that makes you shine, and the discounts that no one else can touch. Save up to 70% off and receive a free pair of Vera Bradley slippers with $250 in same-day receipts. Visit customer service for full details.
We made USAA insurance for members like Martin, an Air Force veteran made of doing what's right, not what's easy. So when a hailstorm hit, USAA reached out before he could even inspect the damage.
That's how you do it right.
USAA insurance is made just the way Martin's family needs it. With hassle-free claims, he got paid before his neighbor even got started. Because doing right by our members, that's what's right. USAA. What you're made of, we're made for.
USAA. Tonight at 5, as vaccine doses arrive in Wisconsin, we'll tell you what plans long-term care facilities have for distributing the vaccine to residents. That's ahead at 5.
Tonight will be a little colder, and tomorrow will be a little more breezy. There's a slight chance of flurries, drizzle, and freezing drizzle Friday night and Saturday. My forecast at 5.
And ahead at 6, we'll hear from a respiratory therapist working at UW Health's COVID unit who has handled COVID deaths both professionally and personally. The story tonight. News 3 Now at 6. Here's a live look at downtown Madison on this Thursday afternoon. Some clouds hanging around, but not bad for the middle of December.
I am here at SSM Health St. Mary's Hospital to get my injection to prevent COVID, the Pfizer vaccine. The cavalry has come. It's time for us to get our shots. Hooray! And now I'm going to get injected.
All right, that was Dr.
No
Zorba
pain,
Pastor
nothing.
getting his COVID-19 vaccine.
Everyone needs to get one.
He joins us now from his office in Oregon to talk about that vaccine. Hi, Zorba. Good to see you.
Oh, it's good to see you too. And I got to tell you something. It was wonderful getting the vaccine. It was like, oh my God, such a relief.
Really?
The beginning of the end is here, and I know that my immunity is going to start actually, as soon as you get the vaccine, the body starts revving up to actually help you get immune from COVID. And I received the vaccine because I'm an SSM worker. I work at SSM. I see patients, and so it turned out they had enough vaccine so that I was able to get that dose. That was the first day they delivered it. I think they've given maybe 600 or 700 vaccines as of today.
And no side effects.
No, I don't have any side effects. It's like a flu shot, didn't hurt at all. I've got no pain at the side of my shoulder. The most common injection that gives side effects happens to be the tetanus shot. When I get a tetanus shot every 10 years, that's painful for a few days, but this doesn't feel like anything at all. And I am a wimp. If anyone's going to complain, it's going to be me. Just ask my wife. I complain about pain, nothing, no side effects at all. I feel great.
Well, there was big news as we were on the air this afternoon, Zorba, that an FDA advisory committee has approved the Moderna vaccine.
Right.
Is it a foregone conclusion, do you think, that the full FDA will approve it?
Absolutely. When the advisory committee says it's going to be approved, the FDA then goes through the pro forma approval of that. They almost never, ever go against the advisory committee. There's no reason they'll do that. And that means that vaccine, as soon as they approve it, will be shipped, which means that that vaccine will also be shipped. And I think it's important to note, there really is no difference between the vaccines. There's little difference in how the vaccines are shipped. The Pfizer one needs to be shipped at super cold temperatures, but both are 95% effective against getting COVID and nearly 100% effective of actually getting hospitalized even if you get COVID. This is remarkable technology that's absolutely incredible. It's really mind-boggling how quickly they did it and how amazing these vaccines work.
Healthcare workers first, then nursing homes, staffs, and residents, and eventually trickling down to the rest of us.
All right, and it's really all a function of how much vaccine is available. And right now, as you said, healthcare workers, nursing home, assisted living, were congregate environments where people are more likely to get it. And when it will be rolled out to the general public is really a function of when and how much vaccine we get, and that remains to be seen. But the fact that we have 2 vaccines right now coming up means that more and more people are going to be able to get it sooner. And my recommendation is get the vaccine. It's really good. There's really good evidence. I think the safety profile is excellent. And of course, there's some people that shouldn't get the vaccine, and the doctor will explain that to you if you call up and you speak to your physician, nurse practitioner, or PA.
But for now, stay masked up.
When will we know, though, when the vaccine will make a difference? Like, what percentage of the population needs to be vaccinated before it moves the needle?
First of all, this is science moving. If you look at Dr. Fauci, he says we really need to get herd immunity. We need to have a large portion of the population getting vaccinated. But the way we'll know is after we get, we'll say, a month of vaccine going in Wisconsin or 2 months, and whether or not we see those numbers drop. This is new science. We've never had a vaccine up this quickly. We've never had anything occur like this. But I think we'll definitely begin to see a dampening of the curve once the vaccine is out. But that doesn't mean that we shouldn't mask up, socially distance, wash our hands, because the reality is there still will be lots of people out there who will spread it. And I'll give a good example. Today in my office, I had a young man who called up. He said he was COVID positive because he was with his uncle who was 60 years old, helping him move from one house to another. I said, how is your uncle doing? You said you tested positive. He got it from his uncle. His uncle is now in the hospital in oxygen. I said, how is your uncle doing? He said, well, my uncle was 60 years of age, didn't believe in masks, so never wore any mask. I wore a mask a little bit while I was helping him, but I got COVID from my uncle. So the reality is masking helps. And meanwhile, this patient's uncle is in the hospital on oxygen.
The pandemic is far from over. It's time to call in, get your questions answered. 270-9933, the number to call. We'll get to your calls right after this.
So, how's saving for the renovation going?
All done.
I will never understand how you do it.
Easy. She saves with BMO Harris. We give you a cash reward for every month you save.
So BMO will give me cash for saving money?
You bet.
Can the subject hold position 2, please?
How's this?
That's art.
That makes saving look good.
When a bank helps you make real financial progress, that's the BMO effect. Get a $5 reward every month you save $200 or more in a new BMO Statement Savings account.
When you protect what's important to you from COVID-19, you help protect everyone in Wisconsin. Learn how you can stop the spread at dhs.wisconsin.gov/COVID-19.
If your dry eye symptoms keep coming back, inflammation in your eye might be to blame.
Looks like a great day for achy, burning eyes.
Over-the-counter eye drops typically work by lubricating your eyes and may provide temporary relief.
Ha! These drops probably won't touch me.
Xiidra works differently, targeting inflammation that can cause dry eye disease.
What is that? Xiidra? No!
It can provide lasting relief. Xiidra is the only FDA-approved treatment specifically for the signs and symptoms of dry eye disease. 1 drop in each eye, twice a day. Don't use if you're allergic to Xiidra. Common side effects include eye irritation, discomfort, or blurred vision when applied to the eye, and unusual taste sensation. Don't touch container tip to your eye or any surface. After using Xiidra, wait 15 minutes before reinserting contacts.
Got any room in your eye?
Talk to an eye doctor about twice daily Xiidra.
I'd prefer you didn't.
Xiidra. Not today, dry eye.
The ups and downs of frequent mood swings can take you to deep depressive lows, or give you unusually high energy even when depressed. Overwhelmed by bipolar 1? Ask about Vraylar. Some medicines only treat the lows or highs. Vraylar effectively treats depression, acute manic, and mixed episodes of bipolar 1 in adults. Full spectrum relief for all bipolar 1 symptoms with just 1 pill once a day. Elderly patients with dementia-related psychosis have an increased risk of death or stroke. Call your doctor about unusual changes in behavior or suicidal thoughts. Antidepressants can increase these in children and young adults. Report fever, stiff muscles, or confusion, which may mean a life-threatening reaction, or uncontrollable muscle movements, which may be permanent. Side effects may not appear for several weeks. High cholesterol and weight gain, high blood sugar, which can lead to coma or death, may occur. Movement dysfunction, sleepiness, and stomach issues are common side effects. When bipolar 1 overwhelms, Vraylar helps smooth the ups and downs.
Right now, we aren't seeing any delays on the roads. Penny is helping me out with a traffic update right now. As we look across southern Wisconsin, actually, no real hiccups for us. East and westbound on the Beltline should be pretty smooth at this time. Again, a reminder that if you are trying to get through any intersections, there are some spots that still have some chunkiness along the corners of the road, just some accumulated snow. So be careful and mindful of that. But otherwise, no accidents to report at this time, and overall things should be pretty smooth for your evening commute.
Penny likes the treats, that's for sure. Thanks for sharing her with us, Dana. All right, it's time to get your COVID questions answered. Dr. Zorba Pastor standing by. We'll start with John from Brooklyn. Hi, John, what's your question?
Say, Zorba, I had Guillain-Barré in 1983, and you were my doctor at the time, and when I finally got over it, you advised me never to have a flu shot. Does this also pertain to the COVID shot?
Well, first of all,
which one should I have? Is there one that's more better than the other one?
You bring up a really good point. So after the question about Guillain-Barré and the flu shots back in 1983, the CDC did a long-term study, and they discovered the risk of getting Guillain-Barré, and that's often called the French polio, is greater with influenza than with the influenza shot. In other words, Guillain-Barré is actually a post-viral infection, and the flu itself is more likely to give it to you than actually the flu shot. Now, as far as getting the COVID shot and whether or not there's a difference between the Moderna and the Pfizer, at this time, I can't give you the answer. Let's see what the CDC, you would be a good example of somebody who should not get the shot, first off, if you've had Guillain-Barré, because I don't think we're going to have the answer for 2 or 3 months for that specifically. But I think I wanted to clarify the fact that influenza itself does give Guillain-Barré about 1 in 100,000 to 1 in 250,000 people who actually get influenza. That's why we still recommend the flu shot for everybody.
Interesting.
All right, let's go to Tom in Middleton. Hi, Tom, what's your question?
Hi, Dr. Pastor. My question is administering the vaccine. If a facility, say, gets 1,000 doses, do they only give out 500 and keep that 500 for their second dose, or just go through the whole thing and hope that they get enough to come, for the next month for their second shot?
No, when you get it, when we get our shots, we get a shot, and then before we leave, we have to make an appointment for our second shot, and the vaccine is kept for that second shot. So that's kept in storage. So it's not as if when you show up, oh, sorry, we don't have enough shots. Right now, certainly in our area, SSM, the university, Unity, they've got the second shot waiting for you, and they've got that dose waiting for you on the day that you sign up for that second dose. Very careful to make sure that happens. You need 2 shots for this. The shot will be there.
All right, good question. Let's go to Diane in Janesville. Hi, Diane, what's your question?
Yes, I was wondering if the shots were interchangeable. I think he may have answered that already.
They're not interchangeable. If you get the Pfizer, the second shot has to be the Pfizer. If you get the Moderna, the second shot is the Moderna. They're not the same. Just like a Ford and a Chevy and a Mazda are not the same. They're cars, but they're not exactly the same.
And Zorba, what happens if you don't get the second shot?
Well, the first shot gives you some immunity. The second shot moves you to 95% immunity. If you don't get the second shot, we don't really know, because the studies seem to show you need that second shot to have antibodies that stay there. So the answer is you may not be as immune. And once again, even though you get the shots, that doesn't mean you may not become a carrier for COVID. So the recommendation is still stay masked, stay distance, wash your hands. But the chances that you're actually going to get sick from COVID are reduced by an astounding 95%.
Wow. All right, Bruce in Columbus. Hi, what's your question?
Hey, Doc. Certainly good news about the vaccine today. My question is more along the lines of the therapeutics that are out there that seem to be, in recent news, kind of neglected, apparently, by the medical communities. So I was wondering, what could I do if I should come down with it before I get the vaccine, on how to remind them, ask them, plead with them, if you will, about giving me the Regeneron cocktail with the remdesivir chaser.
Well, first of all, those are given to people in the hospitals. So the recommendation is actually not to have, not to have the antiviral agent. And the antiviral agent has actually only been shown to decrease the amount of time that you're actually either on the ventilator, or decrease the risk if you need to be on a ventilator. If you're on something called CPAP, if you need to be on the ventilator, of going into the ventilator. So it's only used for people who are extremely ill, and there's no evidence that it prevents you from becoming extremely ill. So it's not recommended. And as far as the cocktail, that is essentially that is given, which is the antibody cocktail, that's also not recommended. Very expensive, has side effects. We only use it for people who are very ill. So these are they're powerful drugs that have not been game changers at all, that we don't give to prevent you from getting serious COVID, because the fact is there's a limited supply and there's no evidence it'll keep you from going into that more serious state.
All right, we have time for one more call. Diane in Madison. Hi, Diane.
Hello, Dr. Zorba. Good afternoon. I would like to know if a vaccine is a mRNA vaccine.
Yes, these are messenger RNA vaccines, both of them. And that's why new technology, very exciting, and this technology is going to bode very well, perhaps, to as other technologies occur from this that may help us, for instance, for HIV and anti-TB. Time will tell. Great news.
But in the meantime, stay masked up, social distance, wash your hands.
That's right.
All right, Zorba.
And have a happy holiday.
Absolutely. By yourselves. All right. That's our time. Thanks, everyone, for calling in. Happy holidays, Zorba.
Happy holidays.
Thank you, Zorba. Great to see you.
We'll be right back with a final check of your forecast.
When you have zero worries and zero stress, there are zero reasons not to get into a Volkswagen. Click, call, or come by today. Visit our Volkswagen Sign Then Drive event and lease the 2020 Jetta S today with zero down, zero deposit, zero first month's payment, and zero due at signing.
It's no secret, Robertson is Wisconsin's aesthetic leader. But with results this natural, patients can keep it a secret if they want. Our secret to reducing stubborn body fat? Cool Sculpting. Book a free consultation to learn how Cool Sculpting is different at Robertson.
Joint pain, swelling, tenderness.
My psoriasis. Cosentix works on all of this.
Cosentix can help you look and feel better by treating the multiple symptoms of psoriatic arthritis. Don't use if you're allergic to Cosentix. Before starting, get checked for tuberculosis. An increased risk of infections and lowered ability to fight them may occur. Tell your doctor about an infection or symptoms. If your inflammatory bowel disease symptoms develop or worsen, or if you've had a vaccine or plan to, serious allergic reactions may occur.
Watch me.
Get real relief with Cosentix.
Go on, humans. Put yourselves through all that pain. While surrounding those foot knives, watch your blue light lanterns. Blast those eardrum bangers. Look at this one. He's trying to pick up the mail. Ha! Silly humans. Who do you think you are? Pain will bring you to your senses. You cannot keep this up. Pain says you can't. Advil says you can.
When you have zero worries and zero regrets, there are zero reasons not to get into a Volkswagen. Click, call, or come by today. Visit our Volkswagen Sign Then Drive event and use the 2021 Atlas V6 SE Tech 4 Motion today. 0 down, 0 deposit, 0 first month payment, and 0 due at signing.
Hey folks, Friday morning, some of your favorite restaurants have no way forward unless they get your help. We'll continue our conversations with local chefs about what they need and how you can help. Join us from 4:30 to 7 on News 3 Now.
At News 3 Now, we've been asking antenna viewers to rescan TVs in order to receive our boosted broadcast signal. If you're still experiencing problems after rescanning, you may need to install a UHF-VHF combined antenna. For more information, please go to channel3000.com.
I don't know.
Here's a live look at Platteville again. Sunset just about 25 minutes ago, and overall it should be a pretty quiet and calm night for us. Temperatures starting to drop now that we're past sunset, seeing the upper 20s already. Still very similar though to what we saw this time yesterday, and overall we shouldn't see a big temperature swing in the night as we don't have to factor in much of a wind chill either. Winds generally light and variable. Enjoy your Friday, because by Friday night we will have some small flurry chances creeping back into the forecast.
All right, Dana, thank you. Give Penny another treat for us. Tomorrow on Live at 4, it's the sounds of the season with dueling pianos, a musical treat. And Michael Bruno goes behind the screens for the Children's Theater of Madison's virtual production of A Christmas Carol. That's coming up tomorrow, and we'll be right back.